Yay! Is this thing on? What is it there, guys? This is Cobra. Welcome to the patch 10.0.7 PTR. We fit to test out the new DESTRO talents. We got the patch notes open right here, which I'm just going to dust over really fast because, as you can see, there are like 10,000 class and spec changes down below in the video description, actually, of this video. You can check out the patch notes for yourself, because I'm only going to be covering Warlock in this one. So if you want to check those out after we're done talking Warlock and all of our new talents, dude, which are going to change things up quite a bit for us DESTRO locks, then you can go ahead and do that. And look at Red Paladin, by the way, bro. What is that Bible of changes, dude? Oh my god. That's what Frost DK needs, but they ain't got around to that yet. Poor Frost DK is still forgotten. Anyways, boys, let's get on to Warlock, shall we? And blammer through these, and then check out some PTR action real quick. So, Summon Soul Keeper damage increased by 100%. Never used this in my life. Yeah, there it is. It's a change. Inquisitor's Gaze damage increased by 270%, bro. Okay, right now, Inquisitor's Gaze is a very lackluster endgame talent. It's ranked at the bottom of the Warlock tree, and it's basically a proc that lasts for 12 seconds and has a little eyeball up here at your shoulder and ping people for roughly, 3 to 4k damage, depending on your mastery rolls, for 12 seconds. It's fucking shit. 270% damage buff? Oh my god, dude. Okay, I'm pretty intrigued to see what kind of numbers this is pulling now on the PTR. It is affected by things like proc trinkets. Dude, with a buff like this, you could easily organize your goes and your kill attempts and stuff based on your Inquisitor's Gaze procs. It's actually real talent now. Good shit. Okay, Golfiend's Resolve. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, man. A lot of defensive talents were removed for Warlock, right, with this patch. As soon as I read about that, I was like, oh my god, what are they doing? Melees have 1,000,000,000% uptime. If there's one thing you can't take away from us Warlocks right now, please don't nerf our defensives, dude. It's really rough as is. All of these talents that are being removed are fucking shit, dude. Straight up. So I'm just going to switch on over to the PTR right now. These talents right here were things like, there was a talent right here or somewhere around here, right? That was like a drain life talent, right? It was like somewhere around here, right? And as you can see, it's been replaced, which we're going to cover in just a sec. But it was like, the drain life talent. So your drain life heals you for like a small percentage of the amount drained over a few seconds. So that one's gone. There was also a talent around like here somewhere like this. And this talent was the one that resurrected you with more health and mana from your soulstone. It's like, bro, like the talents they removed, and like Greater Banish is just gone. Like, as you can see, like Greater Banish used to be right here, completely gone. Trash talent, who gives a shit about it, right? So they got rid of a lot of like niche, like really fucking niche defensive talents, man, and replaced them with some new good juicy shit, right? We got Saga Ray Technique, which we'll go over in just a sec. We got Socrath's Guile, which we'll go over in just a sec. I won't actually show these in the PTR. And then we got like a new talent as well, which allows us to convert our fear to a horrify effect, right? So this is a new talent too, which I will actually just show right here. It gives us a choice, man, between Nightmare, which is already a talent, right? So when fear ends, the target is slowed by 30% for 4 seconds. This used to require 2 points, by the way. So this is actually a small passive buff as well, making it only cost 1 talent point. Or you can spec into Horrify, which causes your target to tremble in place instead of fleeing in fear, which, I don't know, semi-useful, maybe. I'm actually yet to test this on a player. I'm wondering if it now triggers the Horrify DR instead of the Fear DR. Something worth testing. It probably doesn't. Maybe I'll be proven wrong as soon as I test this on a player and like, holy shit. Suddenly now we can spec into Horrify and not DR. Our Resto Druid's Cyclones, for example, That would be really fucking interesting, really cool in certain comps. Probably doesn't work like that, but it bears some testing, I think. So, yeah, that's a thing, man. The 2 new talents that I want to draw most attention to is one here that we've spec'd into. I've actually spec'd here, by the way, with a talent tree that I think is probably going to be the new go-to talent tree. Maybe going Mayhem and Bane of Havoc instead. Obviously, I just prefer the Havoc playstyle, but there it is. So we have Socrath's Guile, dude. Immolate damage increasable by up to 20%. With 2 points in the son of a gun. That's fucking insane. That is mental, honestly. This might not seem like much. Oh, it's just a filler talent called why are you pogging so much? Why am I pogging so much? Dude, in PvP, people don't realize just how much damage Immolate actually does. Like, it does stupendous amounts of damn, right? Especially when you spec into Scalding Flames. That's also increasing Immolate damage. People just don't realize it because it's not, like, super impactful in the moment, right? But typically speaking, PvP, you're going to have Immolate rolling on, like, 2 targets at once. 3 is, well, 3 is optimal, but rarely happens sustainably. But having 2 immolates rolling all the time with all these increased damage action going on is insane. It's fucking crazy, okay? The next new talent is actually right here. The Sagare technique, boys. And this allows us to increase incinerate damage with 2 points, albeit up to a bonus 10%. Mental. Insane, okay? Again, might not seem that big of a deal, but seriously, man, Destro now has so many modifiers, such as Roaring Blaze, which can increase your incinerate damage by a shitload. That, like, dude, we could already hit like 40, 50k non-crit incinerates, dude. Okay, without this extra buff here, man. It was already crazy. All of that being said, there is another talent way down at the bottom of this shit. We'll quickly brush over some of the Affy changes. Maybe we will, maybe we won't actually, but I'm really focused on Destro. We got an extra change down here, man, allowing Burn to Ashes to stack up to 6 times. This is insane. This is fucking crazy, okay? So Burn to Ashes right now can only stack 4 times. It's stacking to 6, which is grand. And I think that, honestly, all of these small buffs right here, right, to things like Socrates and Sagares here, all these new talents, I think this is just going to lend very, very heavily into at least people testing out Incinerate-centric Destro damage specs, man. Let's just test the damage out real quick here. So I'm just going to, like, cast just a regular kind of, like, crappy Incinerate. You'll have to excuse my horrible UI, by the way. Yeah. The whole character copy thing sucks on the PTR, but... Okay, so we're hitting, like, pretty shitty numbers, man. So, like, let's try... Oh my god, there's the eyeball. Look at the little eyeball go, dude. It's hitting 10Ks. The Inquisitor's Gaze is hitting 10Ks. 11Ks, dude, with a fucking trinket proc. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm just going to cast a Case Bolt here randomly. Just to get some Burnt to Ashes procs. Let's just see what these Incinerates are hitting, man. 117k crit, 68k normal, 48k normal, boys. Are you fucking kidding me, man? These seem crazy, man. Look at all those goddamn modifiers at work. So just like 50k normals there. I feel like this shit is going to be fucking insane. Now, obviously, my spec here probably isn't optimal. But fucking hell. Like, people are going to feel pressured into kicking you on Incinerate, man. People are going to feel pressured into kicking you on Incinerate, boys. Because you're just going to be cleaving out so much damage and it's such a fast cast time. I think that this build is actually going to be pretty fucking solid. Now, the good thing about being kicked in Incinerate means that you can just free cast a Chaos Bolt, because being kicked on fire doesn't lock you out of the Chaos School. So yeah, you're good to go. That's really all I've got to say about Destro, boys. So that's that, man. I think that these are fucking crazy changes, honestly. I feel like one of the last things Destro needed was more damage, but I felt like that in the last patch as well. And we got more damage, and it's happening again. So I ain't going to complain about it too hard. Crazy fucking changes. We also got a lot of demonology changes here too that I'll draw attention to. Again, the patch notes are down below in the video description if you want to pause and check those out real quick. Dude, I'm fucking useless at demonology. I don't know anything about it. It might as well be like fucking combat rogue as far as I'm concerned. And combat hasn't even existed for like 7 years or something. So I know nothing about it, but Affliction, I guess I can touch on a little bit. Dark Glare has been redesigned, boys, to be more single-target focused, I believe. Blah, blah, blah. Increases the duration of your damage over time effects on all enemies by 8 seconds. The Dark Glare will serve you for 20 seconds, blasting its target for shadow damage increased by 25% for each damage over time effect you have active on their current target. I don't know, man. That kind of reads like exactly the same as it is right now on live to me, personally. But there you go. They do say down here, Dark Glare has been increasingly difficult to tune due to how they scale in multi-target situations. To remedy this, we are changing how Dark Glare scales so that they contribute more in single-target encounters. This should also increase the effectiveness of Grim Reach, emphasizing Dark Glare as a powerful AoE option when talented. Oh, okay. Fuck, I just completely misunderstood that when I skim-read this earlier. Oi. Okay, well, fuck. Make of those changes what you will. I also know that Xavian Teachings is like an absolutely key talent from like the 2 hours that I've played Affliction this expansion. So apparently it is now baseline for Affy and has been replaced by Kindled Malice, which increases Malefic Rapture and Seed of Corruption damage by 8 to 15%. So that's good as well. All in all, buff for Affliction. There's a few other like mini Affliction buffs as well that I guess I won't really go into so much, but I think it's like certain abilities and effects now from other classes are going to trigger unstable afflictions to spell protection, where before they didn't, namely the Demon Hunter, like, spell reflect thing. So that's worth bearing in mind too, boys. Alright, that is going to be all for covering these changes so far. Yeah, what do you guys think, man? Are we looking at a new fucking style of playing Destro that is extremely Incinerate-centric, man? Just check out this time. This is with, like, no procs. I mean, like, 61Ks and shit. Like, oh my god, dude. And the thing is, like, specking into Rain of Fire so that you're constantly spamming out your shards and stacking up Burn to Ashes as much as you possibly can. The tooltip here is bugged, by the way. It does stack up to 6 times with these patch notes. It's going to be fucking crucial, man. So, there you go, you Rain of Fire naysayers. I swear it's worth spamming. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. I shall catch all of you guys. Oh, remember to subscribe and like and all that stuff, by the way. That'd be grand. Have a good rest of your day, boys. I'll catch all you guys a bit later.